From the tale of Bloody Mary to dropping pennies off the Empire State Building, we bring you 8 most popular urban legends.
Number 8, Bloody Mary.
The legend of Bloody Mary is perhaps one of the most popular urban legends told among kids during sleepovers. According to the ritual, one must turn out the lights, look into a mirror, and say Bloody Mary 3 times. In some versions of the game, you have to spin around or alter the number of times you say Bloody Mary. After this is completed, you will have then successfully summoned the spirit of Mary Worth, who was a woman that was executed for being a witch. Why this is a fun party game to play with your friends is beyond me.
Number 7, Walt Disney is frozen.
Almost everyone in the world knows his legend. It's been said that Walt Disney supposedly had his body frozen so that he may be revived in the future when there is superior technology. Some versions of this tale state that it's just the head of Walt Disney that's preserved. However, all evidence points to the contrary, as there are records of Disney being cremated during the year 1966.
Number 6, sewer alligators.
Another popular urban legend involves several Florida alligators being kept as pets in the bustling city of New York. After the alligators got too big and violent, they fled to the sewers, where they now live to terrorize anyone who's brave enough to venture down there. The legend dates back as far as the 1930s, and despite news reports explicitly stating that the story is simply untrue, the legend remains and is still widely circulated to this day.
Number 5, kidney stealing.
The next urban legend has become a staple comedic or dramatic effect for television and the internet, dating back to 1997 when an email was circulated warning people about a crime spree taking root in major cities. The story involves a traveling businessman being bought drinks by a stranger in a pub who woke up the next day in a tub covered in ice. The man discovers that his kidney has been taken by some person or persons and was to be sold on the black market. The story does sound feasible and could maybe actually happen in real life. However, the National Kidney Foundation has taken the issue seriously and has asked that any victim contact them. Surprisingly, there has been no one to do so, and the whole story has since been designated as a big hoax.
Number 4, slit-mouth woman.
There is a Japanese legend detailing a girl named Kuchisaki Onna, who is also known by her alias, the slit-mouth woman. Although little is known about her, she is said to be the wife of a samurai. The woman had apparently cheated on her husband with a younger and more appealing-looking man. When the husband found out she cheated, he became understandably furious. He took out his sword and split her mouth almost in half. The legend says that the wife is cursed and can never die, and that she still wanders the world so that people can see the horrible scar on her face and pity her. Moreover, some people have even claimed to have actually seen an attractive woman asking them if she is pretty. If they reply positively, she then rips off her mask to reveal her grotesque injury. She then asks the same question and kills anyone who changes their minds about her beauty.
Number 3, Coke legends.
Over the years, there have been so many theories surrounding the popular soft drink Coca-Cola that Coke lore is now a widely recognized term. One of the most famous urban legends is perhaps the one detailing the effects of consuming Pop Rocks candy and then drinking a Coke, which will cause severe stomach damage. Likewise, another legend states that the acids contained in the soft drink can dissolve a tooth overnight. Moreover, there is another one stating that mixing Coke with aspirin will enable one to achieve a drug-like high. Surprisingly, all these claims are false. But they weren't the most famous urban legends surrounding Coca-Cola. No, the top Coke lore details the beverage originally containing cocaine as part of its formula, which can be verified as true. The company even continued to use small amounts of the drug in the product up until the 1920s.
Number 2, vanishing hitchhiker.
One of the oldest and perhaps most repeated of all urban legends is the story of the vanishing hitchhiker, of which there are many variations depending on who's telling the story. The most rehearsed of them is that a man picks up a hitchhiker on a deserted country road. The hitchhiker is more often than not a woman. The man then drives her to her house, but when he turns his head to part ways with her, she has disappeared from the backseat of the car. The man becomes understandably bewildered and rings the doorbell to the house to get some answers. When he does, he's terrified to learn that the girl who was sitting in the back seat of his car only moments ago had been dead for years, usually due to a car accident that almost always happened on the same spot the man picked her up from. As stated earlier, there are many variations of this story, some of which can be dated back during the pioneer days.
Number 1, the penny drop.
This urban legend states that if a penny is dropped off the top of a tall building, the most popular example being the Empire State Building, it will crush your skull in and even completely damage the roof of a car if the penny makes contact due to the force of the drop. However, there have been scientific reports confirming that although the initial impact would probably hurt, it would not be enough to kill a human being or extensively damage a car.